Yeah, I got the game all in my hand, ooh.
Hello, and you are now tuned in to the only universe mode that matters. I am Christian.
I'm Jesse.
And here we are with the Smackdown pay-per-view Great American Bash, the post-show. If you guys haven't seen a post-show before, we're just going to recap all 5 matches that just happened. We'll talk a little bit about the results. Ultimately, it's definitely going to be a good outlook to the future, and this is literally fresh off. We just ended the show not even 2 minutes ago. And did it end with a bang? A bang that I was not mentally prepared for, and I kind of want to start it off with that. But we'll get our way there, Jesse. What a show.
Yeah.
You want to start with the first match?
Yeah, might as well. Just give it obviously the first match up until the main event. First match, we had Bayley and Ronda Rousey. Both of these ladies have not had a one-on-one match on a pay-per-view, at least in this season and from over the past few years. I don't remember ever them having a one-on match, truthfully. But I'm glad both of these ladies had the match because it was a pretty good match and a great way to start off the pay-per-view. Bayley, last time we saw her in the ring was against Liv Morgan and she dominated. Ronda Rousey had a very fun match and was 1-0 going into this one, beating Xia Li. But the Money in the Bank briefcase holder, Bayley, who had kind of a rough, match.
It was a rough start for her.
Rough start. And
honestly, a rough match for her in general. She picked it up the final 2-3 minutes, and that ultimately won her the match.
Yeah, Bayley hitting belly to Bayley, excuse me, I always mix that up. And then hitting the Rose Plant and pinning Ronda Rousey clean in the ring. And Bayley, once again, gets another victory.
Ronda Rousey had plenty of moments. She was dominant for most of the match.
She looked good, though.
Had Bayley stunned multiple times. Even at one point, had her in 2 arm bars. Second arm bar was, I believe, a rope break.
A rope break, yeah, that's what screwed her.
And yeah, it's always hard with that maneuver because
she throws her.
It's a toss, so I can never really quite pinpoint where she's going to land. But ultimately, it landed with Bayley landing her Rose Plant, and she got the dub. It was a great way to kick it off, Jess. Honestly, I thought this was a very well-balanced show, more than anything, including match number 3 that we will talk about. But let's talk about match number 2, because I was very excited in hoping that maybe the New Day walk out of here without their championship. Yeah,
I was very excited to, truthfully, even though I was New Day, I was excited for Strong Style to get this opportunity. Because when I drafted Roderick Strong and Shinsuke Nakamura, that's the idea I had for both of them, was for them to be a tag team. We've seen where Roderick Strong is, better off in a team. Excuse me. And Shinsuke Nakamura, it's always tough to book him as a solo act. Maybe just for me personally. But Shinsuke Nakamura, Roderick Strong, Strong Style, number 1 contenders, them beating The Way, Austin Theory, Johnny Gargano, and Fashion Police on the last episode of Smackdown, them becoming the number 1 contenders and them getting this opportunity. But the New Day, man, just cool, calm, collective, the more experienced tag team, the better tag team is what, helped them, defend the championships. We saw Big E hit the big ending on, I believe it was Shinsuke Nakamura, and then Kofi Kingston with his flip DDT obviously stopped Roderick Strong from breaking up that pinfall. And then Big E got the victory, and New Day defend those SmackDown championships once again.
And there was moments where Strong Style had the New Day on the ropes.
Yeah, Roderick Strong had the end of
heartaches on both of the members.
On both of the guys, yeah.
And didn't land exactly at the most perfect timing because people were getting up as soon as we were getting Kofi into the ring. And I don't think this is the end of Strong Style.
No, we'll definitely see them in, some tag team action over the rest of the season for sure.
They probably had, I would at least argue, the closest defeat, obviously on SmackDown, because New Day got defeated by Usos. But this is probably the New Day's hardest competition for those championships.
Yeah, for sure. But in the end, the New Day...
They twerked the pain away.
Yeah, they got the job done. The big ending was hit on Nakamura and, kept him on the mat for 3 seconds, and that's all that matters. New Day defend our championships, and I'm curious to see what's next for both of those teams. But
what is next for New Day?
I already announced
Survivor Series.
Yeah, I already announced it. New Day will be at Survivor Series, going against the Usos and the rest of the Bloodline once again.
You know what I want to know? What's next for? Karrion Kross.
Yeah, me too.
He battled. I wouldn't call it a battle. He fought Kane, and
Kane didn't. He wasn't even close to a chokeslam.
He
had no momentum at all.
I want to know how long that match was.
It was probably under 5 minutes.
I would say 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
And they don't have squash matches in this game, at least not that we've ran into. That was a squash match.
We've had some quick matches, but I don't.
That might have been the quickest of the year.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I would put
surprised.
money on that. I feel like I would bet money on that and actually win it instead of the cough meter.
Yeah. I think that would be a good idea, Jess. And listen.
What a performance from Cross.
What a performance. We got no commentary done during this match whatsoever.
Yeah, I was trying to get into some things, talk about how Karrion Kross has been built in WWE. Glad he's back. Kane making a return in universe mode. And this match was so quick, bro, that Scarlett she was just chilling. She was just in the corner, probably just saying, let's go, babe, or let's go, honey, because obviously they're married or anything like that, encouraging Karrion Kross to, do his work. I feel like he just literally went into, like a cage, like walking out to a UFC fight, just all jacked up, pumped, and he literally just walked through a legend in Kane.
It reminds me almost of when I believe Luke Gallows used to be Festus, and as soon as the bell rings, he just turned into a monster.
Yeah.
That's what we saw out of Karrion Kross. So I'm geeked to see what's next for him. You got to feed him.
Yeah, Karrion Kross. I mean, he does have a winning streak going. He's beaten Kane, Tommaso Ciampa, Drew McIntyre, Jeff Hardy, Dexter Lumis. I believe he beat Kevin Owens as well.
He lost to Brock, right?
He lost to Brock. He also lost to AJ and Randy Orton.
Not bad losses.
No, not bad losses at all.
He faced Brock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in the United States Challenge.
But
he has some clean victories. Kane, Drew, Tommaso. I believe he has Kevin Owens on there as well. I did mention Jeff Hardy, Dexter Lumis of those people as well.
Boogeyman.
Oh,
no, did he lose to Boogeyman?
No, he beat Boogeyman. Okay, so so his resume is going up. He's on a winning streak. I feel like he's won at least 3 or 4 matches in a row. So I'm curious to see what could be next for Karrion Kross in the future. But I think this is a one-off for Kane, because why even come back after that? You might as well just go back into office.
Yeah, go back into Tennessee, Texas.
Sorry. I love Kane.
Wherever he's shooting to be an elected official, if he isn't already.
I love Kane, but after that performance, I don't think he's going to come back.
It was definitely a rough go-around, Jesse. And it could have been a rough go-around for your co-main event as well. Because we saw LA Knight, we saw Randy Orton for the World Heavyweight Championship. And the fact that we even got here was crazy.
Yeah.
And then the match happened. Maybe my favorite match of the night.
Yeah, because the way LA
just
Knight kicked out the story, 3 RKOs.
I love, and it's a little difficult when we play the game, because in real life you can have story points and you can have things to hit upon. For us, we're not only one trying to win, so we can give a damn half the time, but 2, you only got box, triangle, circle, X, and maybe R2, L2. You know what I mean? You don't have many options to get there. This told a hell of a story with LA Knight not kicking out of 1, not kicking out of 2, not kicking out kicking out of 3.
Yeah.
RKOs and the punt.
Yeah.
What a performance from LA Knight.
Yeah, I feel like the only person that has kicked out of that many punt kicks and RKOs has been Brock Lesnar this season. LA Knight, got his opportunity just a few nights ago on Smackdown, going against Bobby Roode, Sheamus, Keith Lee, and Dragunov, and he got that victory, got his SmackDown contract, and immediately shot up to the main event scene and was on this pay-per-view co-main event against arguably the greatest superstar in Universe Mode as of right now in Randy Orton. Had a good match. It was kind of looking shaky after, the consecutive RKOs, but he kicked out of, not back-to-back RKOs,
the shit out of me, man.
But he kicked out of the punt as well, and another RKO after that, and then he had Randy on the ropes. He hit his signature, he hit his finisher, and he was about probably half a second away from Randy Orton losing, because Randy didn't have a resiliency. Christian kicked out of it. Randy Orton built up his momentum again. Match went on for a few more minutes, and then, one more RKO finally put him down. But this tells a story that, LA Knight is no slouch. Can he be in the main event scene, the upper card, mid-card scene? For certain. Definitely a big fan of LA Knight, as I'll keep saying. And Randy Orton, more importantly, his reign continues.
Absolutely. And you mentioned Randy Orton's going to be our Survivor Series, so we got New Day and Randy.
Against Bloodline.
Against Bloodline.
So there's one more slot.
Member. Jess, Randy Orton has had an incredible year. I think we can go probably 10 minutes of just giving Randy a bunch of flowers, and I'm glad he's having a hell of a season. He deserves it. LA Knight, however, MVP of the match.
We'll see him again.
One of the MVPs of the show. He's gonna be on a SmackDown soon because I want to see him soon.
Honestly, him versus Karrion Kross.
I was thinking about that.
Sounds kind
I was
of fun.
absolutely thinking about that.
Yeah, that sounds kind of fun, truthfully.
But
main event.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about the first time too. We could touch on it, but
yeah, honestly, maybe I even have some footage rolling as
if you want to.
Yeah, I'll see how it is when I edit it, but I might have some footage rolling because that was a fun match.
Yeah,
that was a fun match.
We played the match twice, guys. Christian will put at least the clip of where the game glitched. But yeah, Sheamus hit a bro kick on Brock Lesnar. He kicked out not even at a 1. Jordan Devlin, I think he kicked either Brock Lesnar or Pete Dunne, and then Pete Dunne got stuck in the Hell in the Cell, and he was literally like a wacky inflatable flying and stuff.
He looked like he was Bailey's old entrance.
And then the game crashed, and then obviously we had to restart it. But the second match was even better.
I want to know how the first match would have ended.
Yeah, same.
I did get hit with a bro kick, and
yeah,
I kicked that at not maybe 1 or 2.
It would have been interesting to see the outcome of that match because I feel like it might have been different. But I feel like in the second match, we had a clear-cut MVP until the end of the match. Jordan Devlin.
Absolutely.
Performed his ass off in a main event pay-per-view match.
Definitely was LA Knight.
That's a good match, true. LA Knight versus Pete Dunne is interesting as well.
Yeah,
even Sheamus as well. But Jordan Devlin looked absolutely amazing. Looked like he was going to be the one to, maybe not pin Brock Lesnar, but somehow at least win the match. And because his performance was absolutely outstanding, he was hitting moves off the top rope, doing moves off of
landing
the
on his
middle
feet
rope.
every time.
Yeah, reversing the German suplex, reversing the bitter end on Pete Dunne. I remember he reversed that. I'm pretty sure he reversed at least one of my bro kicks as well. Pete Dunne looked...
I'll tell you who didn't reverse the bro kicks.
It wasn't Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar did not reverse the bro kick. He got hit with 3 of them, I believe.
Yeah, I believe 3. I think a bitter end was hit on Brock Lesnar as well. It was a crazy back and forth match. But Angelo Dawkins, in the end, when Sheamus was down, Pete Dunne, and Jordan Devlin, perfect opportunity. Brock Lesnar and him were going back and forth, reversing one another. And then Angelo Dawkins took the advantage. He knew Brock Lesnar was hurt. Hit him with one move. It wasn't his finisher,
I don't know what the hell it was. I don't remember.
He hit him obviously clean with that move, and obviously it wasn't his big finishing move. But I mean, hey, he knew.
Can win how they want.
He knew, yeah. CPU wins however they want. Just look at AJ Styles this season. But Angelo Dawkins hit that move and pinned Brock Lesnar clean.
Yeah, and like we said, I mean, Brock Lesnar, 3 bro kicks. Most likely got hit with some more things. I just
bitter end for sure, I would say.
But Brock Lesnar was put through a lot. And out of all things, if Brock was to lose this match, I would have never expected him to be pinned.
Yeah, because Angelo Dawkins was probably the least productive in the match.
And not only pinned, but yeah, pinned by Angelo Dawkins, who literally just last SmackDown episode separated from Montez Ford.
Mm-hmm.
Ironically, I don't think you could maybe paint in a better picture.
Book that any better.
It's crazy.
And it's crazy too because Street Profits, they didn't have like a crazy backstage segment. It was really just, good luck in your King of the Ring match tonight. I see myself better off as a solo act. That's what Montez Ford said to Angelo Dawkins. And even Montez Ford said to Angelo, he was just like, go out of your comfort zone and, answer Brock Lesnar's challenge or, hype yourself up to where you can, become a solo act as well. Like I consider myself, obviously coming from Montez Ford's mouth. But in the end, it didn't work out for Montez Ford. He's out of the King of the Ring tournament, lost to Elias. And Angelo Dawkins answers the open challenge for Brock Lesnar's United States Championship. He won the main event at the end of the day, and he is your new United States champion. But obviously, we can't forget that Brock Lesnar was probably the longest reigning champion of this season besides Randy Orton.
I'm going to be honest with you, though, Jess.
So
you said Angelo and Brock next episode?
Next SmackDown for sure.
it might be a very short run for Angelo Dawkins.
If all I know is if Angelo Dawkins, because I'll give him some credit. He beat Brock Lesnar, pinned him. Obviously, Brock Lesnar was hurt, but Angelo Dawkins did the least amount of work in this match. I'm still not going to take away his moment, but all I'm going to say is one-on-one against Brock Lesnar, Friday Night Smackdown. It might even be the main event.
I would make that a main event, absolutely.
But he has to go against him one-on-one. Can Angelo Dawkins do it? I highly doubt it. The odds of Brock Lesnar getting that title back are very high. But all I know is if Angelo Dawkins beats him one-on-one, we got a superstar.
Absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely. And Angelo Dawkins was definitely, probably to me, the most left field.
Out of this match, yeah.
Yeah. But sometimes that gets the job done.
Mm-hmm.
And Angelo Dawkins got the job done. And who would have thought this show would ever close with him?
Mm-hmm. I did say going into, like, obviously when everyone was making their entrance, we would see a new champion by the end of the pay-per-view. I just didn't think it'd be him.
Yeah, New Day retained.
Yeah, New Day retained.
Randy
detained. Obviously, we saw Ronda win, carrying cross squash match.
Ronda lost.
Or Bayley won, excuse me. I really thought either Pete Dunne or Sheamus going into the match was going to win this match. But as the match went on, I thought it was going to be Devlin. And then out of nowhere, Brock Lesnar, eats the bro kicks, the bitter end. And then Angelo Dawkins.
You know what screwed me? I was trying my hardest not to roll out at all because I feel like that would have been my opportunity to lose.
Mm-hmm.
And because I didn't, I ended up getting a lot of contact. And it bit me in the ass.
Yeah, I mean, Brock Lesnar's the biggest guy in that ring. Obviously, he's the champion, and he's going to get targeted the most, which he definitely did get targeted the most in this match.
I wanted
for sure.
I wanted to win a pay-per-view, Jesse. Ultimately, I did not,
least we
unfortunately.
tied.
But we tied.
Yeah,
we tied, and I made it out alive, which is sometimes half the battle.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
what a show Great American Bash was.
I'm curious to see what stories told for Angelo Dawkins. Most importantly, because it ended the show, and that's the last thing we saw was him with the United States Championship. Do we see him and Montez Ford celebrating in the back, or have a party tonight?
I don't know. I mean,
that's a story to be told, and that's the story I would like to know as the general manager. What happens from here? Does Montez Ford, get jealous, or does he maybe become a manager at least, since Angelo Dawkins is your United States champion now, or will Montez Ford, be sour and kind of be still upset that he just lost to Elias? Who knows? But all I know is
you gotta tune in.
Yeah, you gotta tune in because I believe I will be making Brock Lesnar versus Angelo Dawkins as the main event of the next SmackDown for the United States Championship. But
real quick, Jesse.
Good pay-per-view, solid. My biggest surprise of the night, obviously, Angelo Dawkins. Great performance from Devlin. The squash match was a huge surprise to me. I would probably say match of the night was either Ronda and Bayley or LA Knight and Randy Orton, to be honest.
Yeah, I'll probably go LA Knight Randy just because of the story that it told. Ronda Bayley was a great way to kick things off. Main event was really, really good as well.
Yeah.
It's just, the ending was, I'm not going to say
out of left
fortunate,
field,
but it was,
yeah.
I love the way it ended. It
so
to be real.
Yeah.
Surprise of the night for me, I mean, if it isn't Angelo, it got the carrying cross squashing game.
Mm-hmm.
But man, what a show that was. If honestly, Jess, if I'm to rate it, I think that's a damn near perfect show because, like I said, it was just so balanced.
Mm-hmm.
I know you might not like the squash match, but I think it brought another element to the show.
Yeah, for sure.
I think the tag team match was awesome. I think the way we kicked things off was great. The co-main event was awesome, and you said the championship was going to be lost, and maybe towards the end of the pay-per-view we didn't think that was going to happen.
Yeah.
But it did. And from start to closing, I think that's damn near a perfect show, believe it or not. And I'm going to give you a nice 9.5. I'm not going to lie to you. So, great show today, Jesse. What a show. And SmackDown continues to just perform and perform and perform. And Survivor Series is next. We're going to have a great Survivor Series card. I know that already. Actually, I know what my 2 Raw matches are going to be. I want to ask you what your SmackDown matches are going to be.
Well, I did announce my the 3 men of the SmackDown team, Randy Orton, New Day.
We'll have 6. I figured we have 6 matches. Yep. Obviously, the women's and men's Survivor Series traditional match. Mm-hmm. Then 2 Raw, 2 SmackDown is how I've been viewing it. And
I think I did announce that Raquel
Asuka,
might
Rhea.
be defending. Oh yeah, I remember you said Rhea and Asuka. I think I said Raquel probably will have a defense since Rhea's on there. I might as well put Raquel on there. But other than that, I would have to start to build towards Survivor Series, which is in what, 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
So I'll start to do that process now that this pay-per-view's over, and everything kind of changed with Angelo winning the United States Championship. But he gets that rematch, and we'll go from there. And who adds to the men's Survivor Series team, and what other matches will be at Survivor Series. So you guys just gotta tune in and wait.
Absolutely, guys. So with that being said, please like, comment, share, subscribe. Join the Discord to extend the conversation past the comment section. Let us know what you guys thought of the pay-per-view. What would you rate it? What would you consider match of the night, surprise of the night? Even though I think that's in the bag.
It definitely is.
But, guys, thank you for watching as always.
Ring the bells, guys. Get our new updated videos, and we'll see you on
The other side of the universe.
Peace.
Yeah, I got the game all in my hand, ooh, and yeah, pop out with the drip and make a fan drool. You could risk it if you want, this ain't no fan duel. Yeah, I'm in a Benz cool, yeah, stepping for the breeze.